Hey, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. I am your host, Peaches of Peach Talk. And here with me today, I have the infamous Gym God, aka Cardio King. How you doing today, sir?
Great. I'm great. I'm happy to be here. Shout out to you and shout out to the show and thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem, no problem. So, of course, as always, we like to get started with introducing yourself to the people, letting them know who you are, where you come from. So, whenever you're ready, let the people know who you are.
So my name is Sterling Sanders. Double S, let's go. Um, Definitely I go by the name of the Cardio King from GymGod Training. Personal trainer. Um, this is our logo for our brand. Me and my best friend and I call myself the Cardio King, so that's my nickname. I love cardio, never get tired. I'm always hyped, so that's how I got the name Cardio King. Spell it with a K, and you know, I'm just happy to be here. Definitely into fitness. I come from I have a long line of athletes in my family. From my mother's side, had a lot of wrestlers in the family, and then my dad's side, basketball and track. So that's me.
Okay, that's what's up. I know, of course I've been, training with you off and on. And I know that we've talked briefly about other things that you got going on. So tell us about some more of the other things that you have going on outside of the personal training.
So I also have a barbershop. I've been a barber almost 20 years. This September will be 20 years, 20-year anniversary of being a barber. So it's definitely been uh, a long journey, but I'm happy I stuck with it, and I'm still a barber to this day. And I'm also a musician. That's why I have this piano and these music notes tatted on my arm. So I started out playing drums in the church, and then I switched to keyboard once I was about once I was grown legally. Um, and I've been doing it ever since. And I also produce, play live, or any genre that you want, except for devil worship. But yeah, nah. So those are the main things I do. As far as that's what pays my bills. That's what makes me my money, and that's what I love to do.
That's what's up. And like I said, just speaking from experience, y'all, he is a great trainer. I know even though I probably didn't listen much about dietary restrictions, but even with the not doing the dietary restrictions, I still lost weight in my midsection, and I was very proud of that. So, you know, big ups to you. You're a great trainer. So as far as like personal, do you have any kids? What?
Yes, I do. I have all daughters. Can you
Yeah.
believe that? So I have all daughters. I don't have no sons. Um, which is, it. People say it can be tough. I mean, it's honestly, man, it's raising kids is hard, but not hard. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? It's really just about being there, being consistent.
Right.
And I think um, the hardest part maybe is when they get a little older and they don't talk to mommy and dad or whatever as much as
Right.
they would when they were kids. Once they start hitting teenage years, then it's like, oh, I don't want to talk to my parents about that. So but yeah, I'm definitely a girl dad. So
Well, that's big ups to you, and it's always great to, you know, welcome in, active fathers, black fathers, especially to young ladies, because that is very important. It's very important that men are in in their daughters' lives, as well as their sons, but
correct.
very much so their daughters, because it's very important to have that first love, so that they'll know from that point on their dad set the standard
Right.
what type of man they should be welcoming into their lives. So big ups to you on that.
Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you.
So how does being a business owner kind of affect your personal life, and how do you like create time to have a healthy personal life?
So of course running a business is definitely harder than working um, a 9 to 5,
Mhm.
only for the simple fact that 95% of the time, if you work in a 9 to 5, once you clock out, you're clocked out.
Right.
But when you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, even when you clock out, you're not really clocked out. So it's been times where it still happens to this day where uh, when you're off, you get a DM or email or somebody reaches out to your website about training. It can be 9 o'clock at night when you really trying to relax and watch TV before you go to bed to get ready for the next day. And in the beginning, it was hard for me to turn it off because I was so focused on building my brand off the ground and building it. And I didn't want to say no to no clients. I wanted to answer every text message, every email, every DM from every client. And you have to learn how to turn it on and turn it off. So
Right.
it can affect you um, having a normal lifestyle because like you say, you do have to work harder. So sometimes a person is waiting for that answer. Hey, can I
Right.
start tomorrow? And if you don't reach back out to them because of the fact that you're off, they may hit another trainer up and then that other trainer might accept them and then you lose a client and now you're losing money.
Right.
So it's pros and cons to it. I've learned how to balance it. I like me personally now, I try to cut it off after a certain time every day. And and if I do respond, I'll say, hey, I'm with my fam right now,
Right.
and I'll hit you back tomorrow or whatever. I try to keep it professional, as much as possible. But that's pretty much how it can affect the regular life.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, and it's definitely difficult, being able to shut that off. Sometimes even with 9 to 5s, depending on how high of a demand your position is in the
Correct.
workforce, it's really hard to be able to shut that phone off and be like, you know what, that's it.
Right. Right.
I know even with my career, um, I'm the only person in my field, so, it's hard to not answer a phone call when it's urgent or when it's in support of, your clientele, especially because you got to get the bills paid.
Correct. Correct.
So you said, how long did you say you've been doing personal training?
So I've been a personal trainer certified almost 6 years.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
certified. I started doing it a little before I was certified,
Okay.
but I've been doing it, professionally 6 years.
So what does it take for someone to be certified in that field?
So to be certified, it's just like any trade. You do your research, you sign up for the class, uh the particular company that you want to be certified with. Um, it's different certifications out there. So basically, you sign up for the class, you have to pay for the class just like anything else. They'll send you your books, you have to study, you have to take tests, and do all of those things before you can be certified. Once you pass that final exam, then you will be certified. You also have to be CPR certified first. So once you sign up, they make you take CPR class to be CPR certified first, and then you get your fitness license after that. And there's different licenses you can get. You can get group training, you can get one-on-one, it's so many different. You just have to figure out what fits your category. Like they have a Zumba instructor. I don't want to do Zumba because I don't dance. I'm not a dancer. I know one dance and then it's not even nice. Like my kids are embarrassed when I do it. So but that's basically how you get certified. It's not real hard to get certified. Um, but it does take time to learn the science of fitness because everybody body is different. So
Right.
sometimes you have to say, okay, I can train this lady and this lady the same, but this other lady I can't train her the same
Right.
because her goals are different.
Mm.
So you just have to know those things and then you have to know what works with people's diets and all of that. So
Right. Well, that's what's up. Okay. Yeah, it sounds a little bit complicated. And I think I've had to explain that to trainers in the past. They would try to train me a certain way. Like, you have certain trainers that do strength training. And it's
Right.
like, I ain't trying to lift a car. Like, so there's no need to do strength training with me. It's a matter of, having that lean muscle and being able to like still look feminine. Um,
Right. Right.
so yeah, I mean, so that's good that you are well rounded as far as educating yourself on, the vast variety of bodies that you
Right.
train. So, do you think that you've pretty much mastered your craft, or do you think that there's room for improvement as it pertains to training, your music, your hair cutting skills, barber skills?
So I feel like it's always room for improvement. I feel like nobody will never master anything. I feel like as long as you continue to do it, you will always find something new um, that you never knew before. Like I've been a barber for 20 years, so I've been doing that for so long. And I remember at one time I thought, that oh yeah, I know everything. And then boom, I learned something new. And I was like, wow. And then boom, I learned something new again. Even now, like this year, this past year, I've learned even more things that help, with my craft and made my craft better. And I could see it just in my haircuts. And I'm like, oh wow, I never knew this. And so I feel the same way about training. I feel the same way about music. I feel like you can always learn anything you do. You can always learn. Somebody can be married 60 years and it's something that they can learn still new. You know what I'm saying? And you can learn from somebody who's less experienced than you as well, because you may know 10 things more than them, but they'll know one thing that you don't know. So they still can help you even being less experienced. So that's the good thing and the beauty thing about it. We're all different. So I feel like I can learn stuff from other trainers. I have, and other trainers have asked me stuff, and I've taught them. So I feel like you definitely can improve.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, it's a good thing that you always because especially with things changing with the pandemic and things like that, so you have to learn new ways of training people, so that you can keep that momentum going. I know that when the pandemic hit really hard, all of like virtual meetings, it started happening, so then you have to learn how to do specific things as it relates to your particular craft to make it conducive to
Correct.
customers. So
Right.
that's very important. So do you have like other hobbies outside of you know what you do for a living, like your training and music and uh barber?
Yes. So as far as hobbies, I love basketball. So sports is definitely, um, something I love. Basketball is probably number one. Track is probably two, and soccer is probably three. But I definitely,
Soccer.
yes, black man plays soccer. But nah, but I definitely love basketball. Um, that's probably I do that probably um, chess as well. So basketball and chess are probably the top two that I still do. Um, you know, and those are probably my two biggest hobbies. Um, Chess and basketball, definitely.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
what's up. That's what's up. So what are some of like the biggest challenges you face with being an entrepreneur?
Oh man. So being an entrepreneur, one of the hardest things is being able to have that support system and have a team in place. Because when you're trying to build a brand or build your business, everybody doesn't see what you see,
Yeah.
right? And sometimes they wouldn't take it as serious as you. And then of course the financial part, not having, the finances to back you all the time and not being able to find someone to help back you, which is tough in the black community because we know a lot of other races, they help each other. We don't. And it's tough, and I feel like if I have $10 million and I know Peaches is trying to start a business, I feel like I can invest some money because I know Peaches has her mindset and then she's going to pay me back. So
Right.
I think those two are probably the toughest things. Um, and so I think that those definitely hit me hard when I first started, you know. Yeah. So
And I think too, the biggest key thing that you were saying, not everyone is going to see your vision, and a lot of people are very skeptical until you make it, and then it's like,
correct.
"Oh, I'm so proud of you," and it's like, "Nah, keep that same energy because when I needed
Right.
you to back me at the bottom, you wasn't there because you decided that my dream wasn't yours, so you figured, it was not beneficial to you to help."
Correct. Correct.
So yeah, that's very important, and that's really why I also created this platform to allow us the opportunity, even if it's just free publicity or free, because you never know who may come across a video, you know,
Correct.
and they may see your story, they may see your challenges and be like, you know what, I see this person, I want to invest in them. So that's why I wanted to create this platform so that we can have a better an
Hmm.
outlook, or sorry, hold on, I'm sorry, a better platform to
Right.
actually
Right.
know, get our information out there and get our services and businesses out there. Let's see, we got a question here: how difficult is it to balance being a barber and a trainer,
Mm.
and do you find it difficult at times to separate the two?
So at first it was tough, but now it's more easy because I've been doing it, both of them together for a while. So now what I do is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I train. And then Friday, Saturday, I cut hair. So I really technically only a cut hair during those 4 days that I'm training on my breaks. And that's if a client makes an appointment. So I really have been able to separate the two. um it's definitely been a journey at first, because at first, man, it would be like, okay, I'm gonna train, then I'm gonna go and cut here, then I'm gonna train, and then I'm gonna go and cut here. And at first it was tough because I had the businesses, they were in two different places.
Hmm.
So I would train for 2 hours, and then when I'm finished training my people, then I would go and cut hair, then I would drive back and go train. So it was a lot of gas I was spending, it was a lot of time, and then sometimes it would make me late for an appointment because it would be traffic or a red light would catch me, somebody be in an accident, and then I'm waiting. So but now it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I train, Friday and Saturday I cut hair, Sunday I play keys, and so I'm able to separate all three.
That's what's up. Yeah, that can be challenging trying to balance two businesses. I personally I couldn't do it because with my regular career and trying to have one business and being a single mom, it's been woo. Child, my body been shutting down on me. It been telling me, "Hey, you need to sit down." So yeah, but that's cool that you're able to actually balance the two. Um, so I know we talked about challenges, and the biggest challenges you face is our community not basically supporting each other and uplifting each other and trying to assist when necessary to invest. How do you overcome that? Like what are some ways that, or practices you have that allow you to keep pushing forward and moving in the right direction?
Basically, one of the most important sayings that I've heard before was, "You are who you hang around."
Mm,
So what what helped me in that area, I started hanging around like-minded people that were doing the same things that I were doing. If I knew I wanted to be a certain place and I saw those people already there or going there, then I would say, okay, that's the type of company I need to keep, because I know, for one, everybody's not going to support me. Everybody's not going to believe in me. Everybody's not going to push me. So I know, first off, I got to believe in myself, push myself, trust God, which is the most important to me. Put Him first. And I feel like if you put Him first, things will start, to flourish. And so basically, that's what I did, and that's really what keeps me pushing. And then, of course, looking at my kids, and I'm like, I definitely gotta provide for them and provide for myself because ain't nothing cheap or nothing free
Right.
on this world. Gas is high, bills are high, payments for rent or mortgages, everything is high. Food is high, so all of that, intertwines together and helps me push.
Okay, that's what's up. And it's always good to also try to research and find I know that sometimes we don't have the right resources in our
Hmm.
own community, but sometimes we have to reach out,
Right,
Um
right,
the unfortunate part about that is you always want to make sure that it's a thing that I have where it's a pay it forward type of method. So, if someone helps me and I am now in a way to or a environment to help someone else, then I do so. So
right,
that's the biggest practice I would say, people should start, incorporating into their daily lives because, it's nothing like being able to step back and say, you know what, this person helped me, I'm gonna help you.
right, right, right.
Um so, what is like some advice you would give to future entrepreneurs that want to get in either of your fields, whether it's music, barber, or personal training?
Uh, One of the main advice that I would give them, definitely make sure you do a lot of research to make sure it's something that you want to do. And if
Mhm.
it's something that you want to do, just go ahead and step out on faith. Like, don't be afraid. Um, don't hold back. And when you do it, like, do your best, try your hardest. Don't be afraid to ask for help. That's so
Mhm.
important. Like, we can't let pride get in our way. And we
Right.
as Black people, we always let pride get in our way, especially men. Um,
Mm.
we don't never want to ask for help. We just want to do it for ourselves. But it's okay to ask for help. And I had to learn that. And I'm probably like just really learning it like now. You know,
Right.
at 40 years, being 40 years old, basically, like it took me that long to realize like it's okay to ask for help. Like
Right.
it really is. And I think that's so important. Um, and because you can't do it by yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you could do it by yourself, then I feel like you know, you just don't need no help with nothing. You perfect and nobody is perfect. So I
Right.
feel like that's something that anybody who wants to, do my field, and I feel like, man, just go for it, but don't be afraid to ask for help. Stay focused, be consistent. Consistent is so important, but also be patient
Right.
because it's going to be times where business is slow, and then it's going to be times where business is, you know, it's
Okay.
up to the, you know, and so I think that's like some of the most important things that I could give them.
That's what's up. Okay. Now I know we talked about that like from time to time about you having merch and things like that. So do
Right.
you have a site that people can make purchases from
Yeah,
or
so right now the site is down, but it'll be back up soon. But if you want merch, if you reach out to me, definitely I'll make sure you get whatever you need. You just let me know the color, the size, and what you want, and we'll make it happen.
okay, and so what I'll do is I'll put your IG and information in the description of this video.
Right.
So once everything is uploaded, people will be able to get to know you and actually reach out to you if they need services or anything like that. So, but of course, I won't keep you long. I already know that the kiddos are in the back, so
Right, right.
and so, but I do appreciate you being on the show. As always, it's always a pleasure. Any last bit of advice you want to give the people, um, as it relates to personal or business?
Uh, I just want to tell people, man, try your best to stay free of stress. So stay stress free. Um, always pray. Stay focused. Don't let nobody deter you, from reaching your goals to where you want to go in life. And you know, I know I'm not gonna let nobody stop me. You get in my way, I might push you down. I'll pray for you after I push you down, but
Yeah.
um, but yeah. So I'll tell the people, man, just keep going, don't stop. Like, you can win, and you speak it, believe it, and receive it. It can happen. You just got to keep speaking it, speak that positive, don't speak that negative, because your words are powerful. And so if your words are powerful, when you speak that positive, that good talk, then good things will happen. And I definitely want to thank you, for bringing me on the show. I appreciate it. Like, I hope everybody follows your show. Um, I hope you blow up with the show, and all of that. So I definitely appreciate that, for real.
Thank you. No problem. And I appreciate you being on the show. And of course, to the audience, thank you for joining in with us. We appreciate the feedback and the views. And as always, stay sweet.